Hey kiddos. So as promised, I'm going to see how this video works for helping with your homework. We are going to take a look at problem number 4, number 5, and number 6 if we have time. This is the problem from the sheet I gave you in class today. This is number 4. And really the problem is 925 divided by 58. But I'm setting it up like this on the separate paper so that I have room to work out the problem. Now remember, when we're looking at doing long division, we're going to take this digit by digit. And since our divisor has 2 digits, I'm going to look at the first 2 digits of my dividend. So I'm asking, how many times can I take 58 away from 92? Well, 58 is pretty close to 60. And if I had 2 60s, that would take me to 120. And that's way too big. So the best guess or the best estimate for that problem, or for this problem, is going to be 1. I can take 58 away from 92 once, and 1 times 58 is 58. When I subtract to find the difference between these two numbers, I need to regroup. So here I have 12 minus 8 is 4, 8 minus 5 is 3, and then you remember we have to drag this, we have to reveal our next digit. We're going to drag it on down. And now my question is, how many times could I take 58 away from 345? Well, 58 is pretty close to 60. And I'm going to pretend like this is 350. So if I was counting by 60s to get as close as I could to 350 without going over, I would have to guess 5. So I'm going to just come over here and I'm going to see what is 58 times 5. That's 0, regroup my 4, 25, that's 29, 290. I think that's going to be about as close as we can get. So 290, 5 times. 5 minus 0 is 0. 14 minus 9 is 5. So very close, right? We had 55 left. I don't have any more digits. My remainder is 55. So the answer to this problem is 15, remainder 55. And if you wanted to check that, you could take 15 times 58 and add to that number 55. And when you do that, you'll get 925, which is where we started. And you could do that step with a calculator. Now let's take a look at number 5 from your homework. This question, if we look at the big picture, is 1,894 divided by 62. But instead of looking at this as one big picture, we're just going to look digit by digit. Since our divisor has 2 digits, I'm going to look at the first 2 digits of my dividend. Well, here, I can't take 62 away from 18. There's not enough. If it helps you, you could put a 0 above that. Really, you could put a 0 above the 1, too, if that helps you to keep your place. So I'm going to look at my next digit over. Now my question is, how many times can I take 62 away from 189? Well, to get a good estimate, 62 is pretty close to 60, and 189 is pretty close to 190. Well, I know if I was counting by 60s, the closest I could get to 190 without going over would be 3. So 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Well, look at there. That's pretty close. 9 minus 6 is 3. The rest of those don't have a difference. We're going to go ahead and drag down this 4 because remember, you need to use all the digits in your dividend. So now my question is, how many times can I take 62 away from 34? And I can't. 62 is too big. So 0 times. 0 times 62 is 0. 34 minus 0 is 34. And we don't have any other digits, but we've used them all. So the quotient, or the answer to this division problem, is 30, remainder 34. And again, if you wanted to check that in a calculator, you could multiply 30, your quotient, by 62. When you do that, you get 1,860 if we add the remainder, that was 34, we get 1,894, which is exactly what we should get because that was our dividend. Last but not least, let's take a look at problem 6 from our homework today. The whole problem is 1,089 divided by 59, but we don't care about all of these digits. We only care about them in pieces. So since we have a 2-digit divisor, I'm going to look at the first 2 digits here of the dividend. And if I have 10, I can't take away 59. I can't do it. 0 times. And again, if that 0 helps you, use it. If not, skip it. Well, now my question when I reveal the next digit is how many times can I take away or subtract 59 from 108? Well, this number here is pretty close to 60. If I had 2 60s, I would have 120. That's going to be too big. So I think our best guess is 1. 1 times 59 is 59. When I regroup here to subtract, I get 18 minus 9 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. I'm going to reveal my next digit. Here, oh, where'd my color go? Sorry, I lost a marker. That's okay. Now my question is how many times can I take 59 away from 499? So 59 is pretty close to 60. This number is really close to 500. So if I had 60s and I was trying to land at close to 500 without going over, I would guess 8. But I'm not. I need to kind of come over here and work this out to see if that is a good guess. 8 times 9 is 72. That's 5 times 8 is 40, plus 7 is 47. 472. That's a good guess. If I try to add one more 59 to that, I'll go over. So I'm just going to come over here. I know that 8 times 59 is 472. 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. I don't have any more digits, so my answer is 18, remainder 27. So if I take a calculator and I multiply 18 times 59, I get 1,062. If I add 27, I get 1,089, which was the dividend we started with. So we did it right. Hopefully that helped. See you tomorrow.